Hey guys, I'm Katie or KB Does Piano, and welcome to the last lesson of level 2B, which means that next time we're going to be moving into 3A, which is super exciting. So let's just jump right in. We're going to be starting on page 58, and then we'll go all the way to the end of the book. So on page 58, we are introducing F major scale, which we have briefly done before we did F finger scale. So now we're going to be doing F major scale. And if you remember correctly, the key of F has one flat, which is a B flat. So that means any B's on the piano need to be a flat when you're playing in the key of F. So that's the fourth step of the F scale. So you can see on page 59, you're gonna need to make sure that you are playing those flats on both of those hands when you're doing the scale up and the scale down. You can go check out how that's supposed to be played, since the fingering for an F scale is a little different. Instead of switching your third, you're gonna switch your fourth, which is a little different than usual. So make sure you check that one out. And then you can go ahead and turn the page, and we're going to be doing just an introduction to the key signature of F. So just like G, where G had one sharp, F has one flat written in the key signature, and then they'll have you trace it actually through the rest of this song on page 60 and 61. So make sure you trace that key signature, because that is telling you that any B in this song needs to be a flat. Even though they don't actually write it in the music, they write it in the key signature, which means that you have to remember that it's a flat. So this song's pretty simple, nothing new except for just playing in the key of F major. And then if you turn the page, it's introducing the I chord, the 4 chord, and the 5/7 chord all in F. So F is a little bit more complicated than most because the 4, or the fourth step of the scale, is a flat. So that means that when you play a 4 chord, when you move that third finger up, it's going to be playing B flat instead of regular B. So just make sure you're getting that. And then also when you play the 5/7 chord, you're also going to be playing a B flat with your fourth finger instead of, just a normal B. So just make sure that you're getting those chords correctly. I would recommend practicing page 62 a lot, because that's some really good practice for that. And then page 63 is very similar. It's just doing kind of like a quick introduction to like how you can play these transitions really quickly. So make sure you go check out how those guys are supposed to sound in my playlist, and then you can go ahead and turn the page to a little bit of a longer song that is in the key of F major. There's nothing new on this page, it's just introducing some crosshand arpeggios in the key of F, and basically just like a slow song with some dotted quarter notes and things like that, so that you get used to switching between, that 4 chord and the I chord and the V7 chord. If you go ahead and turn the page again, you'll see that it's just basically a review on some scales, and then these scales go all the way until the end. So all that these pages are doing is it's like a warm-up for you to kind of get introduced to all the different scales in the piano and how they sound in a major and a minor sense. So on the first page, it's got C, G, D, and A, all in their major and minor scales. And then if you turn the page, you'll have the flat scales. So you'll have an F, you'll have an E, you'll have a D flat, and an A flat. So D flat and A flat, basically think of it as like the inverse of an A or a D scale. So let's say you have regular D. D has 2 sharps, as we know. So that means that when you play D flat, that means that it's going to have all flats except for those 2 notes that were originally sharps. It's pretty complicated, so I would have your teacher kind of like show you actually on a piano, or have me show you, but you can go check out this song in my playlist just to kind of see how it's supposed to sound, or how your hand is supposed to move on the piano. But it ends up with some more of the more complicated major and minor scales, basically. I usually don't have my students go crazy in depth with this, since it is a little bit like a textbook heavy topic. If you're just looking to like play piano and have fun with it, this isn't something that you necessarily need to memorize. It's more of like if you were to read like a lead sheet, you kind of need to have all of the scales memorized, unless you're to like look them up and things like that. But basically, that's how the book ends, is just introducing you to the key of F, and then ending with a lot of different scale warm-ups and that kind of thing to get you used to it. So if you guys have any questions, let me know as usual. Make sure you jump over to my playlist to hear how the rest of the 2B songs are to be played, and I'll see you guys next time for when we are starting back up in book 3A. So I'll see you guys then. Great job. Bye guys.